Afghan news, Taliban sweep through Herat province of Afghanistan. Fears grow for Kabul government after militant group seizes 2 key border crossings. Afghan militia gather with their weapons in Herat to support the security forces against the Taliban on Friday. Photograph, Hoshang Hashimi, AFP, Getty Images. The Taliban has swept through western Herat province, seizing 2 key border crossings to Iran and Turkmenistan, and much of the countryside beyond city limits. It was the latest part of Afghanistan to collapse in the face of a rapid militant advance, during which they have taken control of areas far beyond their original southern strongholds. Their speed has fueled fears the government in Kabul could fall within months. In Herat, the civil war-era warlord Ismail Khan called up his supporters overnight, and deployed armed units to guard key parts of the city and its outskirts. He is in his mid-70s, but called on all armed men in the city to join the fight and promised to go to the frontline himself. Advertisement. You can now see hundreds of armed men at my house, thousands gathered since yesterday. With the help of God we will go to the battlefield by this evening, and change the situation, he said in a video shared on social media. Pictures showed gunmen massing in his courtyard. Abdullah, the head of the Afghan government's peace council, admitted that while the mobilization of militias like Khan's was not the best option under normal circumstances, it was now vital to preventing a Taliban takeover. If the Taliban advance is not stopped, the group will never sit down for serious negotiations, he added. The peace talks he is leading for the government have been stalled for months. One regional official said most of Herat province, bar the city and 2 nearby districts, Gozara and Injil, was now under Taliban control. Previously the insurgents had full command of only one of Herat's 18 districts, Obi, although they had a heavy presence elsewhere. Another senior Herat official said that the situation had been extremely dangerous on Thursday, but by Friday militias and security forces had thrown a cordon around Greater Herat and the city and its airport were well protected. A spokesman for the Taliban said they would allow cross-border commerce to continue as normal through multiple outposts they had seized in the north and west, which would provide a lucrative flow of revenue. All borders now in IEA Taliban control will remain open and functional, spokesman Suhail Shaheen said on Twitter. The group already holds the main northern crossing to Tajikistan, in northern Badakhshan, which reopened soon after changing hands. On Thursday evening the Taliban shared video of themselves at Islam Kala border crossing, the main artery for trade with Iran. They then took control of the nearby Torgundi crossing to Turkmenistan, including customs, intelligence and police buildings. Last month, as they raced through northern provinces and sent more than 1,000 troops fleeing to neighboring Tajikistan, they also took Sher Khan Bandar, the main crossing for that region, about 30 miles north of the city of Kunduz. Shaheen also said the Taliban would not target diplomats, embassies, NGOs and their staff. All those groups have been hit by militant attacks in the past, so the claim was met with skepticism. Several countries have closed down consulates in the northern city of Mazar-i-Sharif, including Turkey and Russia, as fighters closed in around its outskirts, leaving the urban areas besieged and isolated. It is a pattern repeated across Afghanistan in recent weeks, with the Taliban seizing territory up to the edge of big towns and cities, but not moving into them. Their only attempt to take a provincial capital, Kala-e now in western Badghis, was repelled after heavy fighting.